I have returned. Sorry about that. Are you going to cooperate or what? Let's see here. I think that was my save there. I will say that it's not healthy to drink that stuff, but let's take a look around here before I can't get anything. It still shows me garbled text. I don't know what the story is. Either that or I lost the ability to read things because of the I guess we'll wear some clothes. But yes, it was Diet Dr. Pepper. Oh, this is where I was earlier. Okay. Or at least I think I was, but whatever. Let's go down the way that I came in. I like cherry Dr. Pepper. Okay, so I do know that there's an instant death here. But let me do one small thing for myself here. Actually, let's make a proper save. Alright. I do know there's an instant death here, because I have seen this part a little bit before.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He's with a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please,
Dubois.
have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Should I go for... Let's do the take a seat, because I do believe this is what kills you.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
I'm going for the death because I think it's funny.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me?
No.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
This scene is wild.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded. God,
Yes!
you're sweating.
Oh my
Your
god,
knee
this is
jerking.
going exactly
You're
how
about
I
to
wish
cry,
it would go.
aren't you?
I want this
You're
to be a
about to
complete
cry
shit show, and
because
it's
you lost
becoming
that
a
gun,
shit
and
show.
those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so
This
good.
is so good. I'm loving every moment of this. Oh, I hope I die from morale. Oh.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
I don't dispute that you have been charged with protecting the people of a particularly challenging district. But poverty does not make one a loser. Poverty is just poverty.
Poverty is a very nuanced topic, yes, Kim.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up to Detective Jean for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his
This
psychological
game is fucking
disintegration
wild.
was precipitated by his wife leaving him. It's because the Furrows lost that match, said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while, Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Matt Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all.
I am glad I made a save. So glad I made a save.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, with a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
Let's cut to the chase.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
Aw.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folded
That
chair
shirt does
on
look
the other
pretty
hand
comfortable.
looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Let's go with this here.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level.
Ooh.
Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation.
Fuck
But
you.
until
I
then,
have to sit
I'm
in this
afraid I must
awful
ask you to
chair.
leave.
You're no Titan affiliation, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia?
I think I need to
today?
go hardcore on this
The
man.
chair you're sitting on has got...
Yeah, I know
by
about
the way,
this.
I heard you got a rather... This
We've
should
gone
take
through all
care.
this.
It should be sufficient.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about...
The world is...
I know everything,
Do I
Harry.
have anything?
Right now,
Here we
I
go.
know that you're worried. Don't be worried. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local...
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Claire's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry. You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. You'll think you're disgusting.
If you want to cry, you can cry. It's okay to cry, everybody.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here?
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some
Did I get
questions
through the
pertaining
worst
to a
of
murder
this?
investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
Hmm.
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door,
Thank
it's
you,
not going
Kim.
to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about
I
it.
do have a crowbar.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Let's accept the task.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations.
Special
Ardent
operations.
socialist.
Okay.
A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil.
All of these options suck.
Of course, Harry, of course. You're not some kind of a fantastic racist now. And rest assured, no one's gonna hear about it.
Oh, everybody's gonna hear about it, aren't they?
No one's gonna know what you did with race there, Harry. Your race bonanza is safe with me. Word of how racy it got will never leave Martinez.
Okay. Good to know.
You can see the map of Revachol in your head. Dozens of red arrows are pointing outwards from Martinez, moving all across the city.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry. My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
I assure you, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harry. You're among friends, and the good news is... I have a big fat folder on you, Harry. I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask.
I like the fact that he
Maybe I
has
can
a
help you
giant
out.
folder on our main character, who's supposedly called Harry.
Don't trust him. For all you know, Dubois might be his name. You need to confirm this.
I'm sure you had some concerns you thought I might be able to address. And you were probably right.
It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now. Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I'm gonna check something here if I can fix the text. What the hell's going on here? Why are you playing this game here? Did I break the game? I think I found a wild bug in this game. I don't know what happened here. Okay, let me, Oh, cool, I can't even save. Let me see here. If I go back to options again. Yeah, this is weird. Is there anything we can do to fix this? This is a problem. I'm probably gonna have to redo the dialogue, I guess. This is what I get for trying to fix the text. Let's try one thing here, because I did this. I suspect I messed with the text, and that's why it's all broken. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to redo this section here. Okay, let me close this game out. Oh, come on, don't show a blue line on the top there. Thank you. Well, that sucks. Don't know how that happened, but that's a really funny bug that I came across.
Before you is a with.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsara. I'd offer you.
He looks.
You go ahead.
Whatever. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff?
Please, Mr. Dubois. Very well. Should you find.
You're no Titan of Elysium, buddy. He's
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see. So.
the chair.
But this should take care. It should be
Wow, that's 20.
Okay. Now.
The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost.
Are you? It's not like.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets.
Officer.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Mr. Dubois. You.
What is this, Mr. Dubois?
Mr. Dubois. Mr. Dubois. Harry. Mr. Du.
Maybe you could use your hands somehow.
What an odd.
Okay, enough. We are.
Quick,
Okay, there we
here's
go.
your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's no. But there's a.
Yes.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police.
I'm not sure.
Come now.
Does this jiggling ooze?
Fantastic. You can get the key. Just open the
I'd
door.
like to know what
You
happened
don't
to the
need
text,
go in or
though.
anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Of course. My God.
I think the odds of that are.
I assure. I have a.
Don't.
I'm sure.
It's just.
Are you trying to?
Mr. Kitsaragi, would you mind? It's Harry. Harry Dubois. No, I'm really not. You are Harry.
Whatever. I think this time around, at least, I'm not moving around, so.
And I can work with you, Harry. But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. You're a Jamrock boy. A long way from home, but that's okay. Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in here. Unless you think you're a family man. Do you strike yourself as a family man, Harry?
Probably makes a great father.
Well, yes. I'm sure you're going to make one little boy or a girl very happy and proud one day,
Yeah, just
Harry.
2 genders.
Harry, you're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky, outshining all other stars. Of course I
Oops.
do, Harry. And I'm gonna help you shine. I'm gonna put you on all the big stages. Your name in giant neon letters. Harry Dubois.
He's probably just making a guess based on your recent activity in Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Even though you
I'm
got
sure
the
you
documents
understand.
from the
Please
police.
continue,
Okay.
Harry.
Everett's large
Aw.
hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
Harry, I just know the things that matter to our friendship.
We just
and I
met.
want you
We're
to
already
feel free
friends,
to ask me
apparently.
about those things. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me. Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil. Of course, Harry, of course. You're not some kind of a fantastic racist now.
I think both
and
2 and
rest
3 are
assured,
the same
No one's gonna hear about
option.
it. No one's gonna know what you did with race there, Harry. Your race bonanza is safe with me. Word of how racy it got will never leave Martinez.
You can see the map of Revachol in your head. Dozens of red arrows.
Yeah,
are
this is where the
pointing
game
outwards
like
from
broke on me when I
Martinez,
went and tried to
moving
fix
all
whatever
across
this
the
text
city.
issue is.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Let's hear it, Harry. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
It's in the drawer, isn't it?
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage. Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back.
Harry, Harry. I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around
Everard
in
is
my
an
neighborhood.
interesting character, and I'm trying to understand his motivation.
Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't put the RCM in a good light.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
That's a little unnerving. Yeah, we're gonna go and compete to who finds the missing gun first.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Neat. Well, can I not leave this room?
Yes?
Now, why can't I leave this room?
Mr. Dubois.
Oh, hold on a sec.
Pleasure
That's
as
go.
always. You see you.
It's through the back, isn't it? No, that's glass. So why can't I leave? Oh, I see. This is very deceiving. Okay.
rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to Marsh.
I'm gonna press go.
On with a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Do you trust?
With a
Do you trust what I
surprisingly
just did
quiet
there?
thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled. Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Is there anything we can do with this crane now? Oh, hey, we can open it.
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
You attempt to turn the handle. To your left,
Oops.
the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Okay, I don't want to take any morale hits for being a doofus. Okay, so we already went this way.
So, how'd you like our harbor? It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Of course, I got you. You don't know anything. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. Polar weasel? Oh, I know what you mean. I'm pretty sure he's actually Occidental, though. So you're gonna be committing fratricide, my racist friend.
Oh, come on.
What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the
I know
wooden
the
rise.
place.
That's all I know.
Okay,
Our
so I know where to
organization is
go.
what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? I'm more of a
Oops.
philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
How were they pushed?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
Some murdering skills.
He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search.
Alright, why are you
But
striking?
I'm glad it's not my search. We're negotiating our share. Aye. This stuff, they already covered. It's not enough. Not enough to get ahead. More about keeping us in our place. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process. No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. A none of the above kind of man. No harm in being that.
How are we gonna talk about this stuff here?
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
This desk was pretty
He
lavish.
is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide.
Alright, let's go get rid of these MTs.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine.
Look at
and
that.
the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're 100% sure you got special hobo cop money for that tier. At least 100% extra tier money. If the numbers on the machine told you otherwise, it's a lie.
Nice. Look at that. When I complete these, do I have to do anything specific? don't think so. All right, let's go find that apartment. Actually, wait. There's also a boat that we were referenced earlier. I think it was here.
There must be another way into the building.
Why does the audio do that?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer. There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Why would they use the French word for anyway?
It's the god of
That's not even the word
cigarettes
for
and youth.
police. It's like
Ask him if he's got anything to
gendarmerie
spare.
is like a specific type of police. I can't remember the actual translation of gendarmerie. Like, what is the actual translation of gendarmerie? It's like, yeah, so the gendarmerie is basically a police force that is like, I guess a kind of way of describing a federal police force, like a state police force, as opposed to a police force for like a municipality. I think that's the difference.
Apologies, but this is my last one.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
Oh, I wanted the smoke.
Absolution? I don't know that brand, but I'm pretty sure you can get Astras at the Frit. I'm not sure that's a good idea. As you wish. Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
By God, this young man has the body of a decathlete. His lithe form was practically made for vaulting over the high bar.
Occasionally.
Actually, now that I think about it, gendarmerie is actually
Why?
the word they use for the RCMP because it's like GRC. It's like Gendarmerie Royale du Canada or something like that.
No. I just like to look good. Trust me, I'm not a team player. My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Oh, hey, that's an interesting coinkydink about your name.
Martin Martinez, good local name. Let's go with that.
Yeah, definitely a good local name.
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinez standards.
So Martinez standards as in the region or your last name?
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you? No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
He was my Sunday friend.
Your Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing.
What's a Sunday friend? Is it a gay term? Is it a friend you don't really like?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Let's convince him.
This
Oh,
isn't
nice.
a place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden for a moment. The man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline
Pastor, right?
eyes. Compassion.
This game is
and
cool
a
and
hint
also very
of
unsettling.
understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
I really would like to know why the text on the bottom is all garbled.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
Making me think of Kowloon Walled City.
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there.
I've had this font in the last stream too, and it was fine. Like, I put this on for accessibility purposes.
We can ask around for his apartment.
All right, what do we got here? It's bouncing. So we did that. Oh, you know what? Just realized something here. So get rid of this. Oh, you know what? I should have... That's fine. Oh, well. When I go back to that container... Your non-rock outfit. Oh, hey, look at that. It's Kuno S. That's how you're supposed to say her name. Before I go there, there is a boat.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach.
She looks
Her
like
green
Maggie
raincoat
Thatcher.
glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbor. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Baton, my maiden name. I meant you, the Revachol Citizens Militia, the police. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Well, what if I'm drunk already? You know, that's kind of the idea here, right?
I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Aw, Kim trusts me.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group. Why, yes I am. Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
There's no trees on Le Caillou.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Hey, listen, that car's cool.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Ravachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
Her boat has seen better days, though. Look at the sail.
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19, because that's the type of sloop it is. It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these days I mainly use it for business. It's a pleasure craft, a 19
okay.
pacer. My sloop, I like it a lot. It's the eel's
It's the same.
hips,
It's the
baby.
same message. I guess
I'm
you
enjoying
could
this
cycle
part of the
through it or
interview.
whatever.
It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
Oh, Kim's losing his patience.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
So the answer is no, you don't have a license.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license?
I just renewed its safety inspection last month, officers. It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part in not one, but two insulindic regattas. Even finished once.
Actually, you don't. It is a little known fact among those who police that the Wayfarer Act
Oh,
specifically
it's one of
denies
these
the
rules.
RCM the
This
authority
exists
to
in
deny
Canada.
anyone's operator
You
license.
can so here's a little weird fact about Canadian waters. I don't know if it works in the States or wherever else, but like, so in Vancouver, there's a place called False Creek, and if you ever seen a photo of downtown Vancouver, there's a water that is like kind of like an inlet, and you got a little globe or whatever, and that is False Creek, and you can actually take a boat anchored in the water and live in it. And it's always been a thorn in the city of Vancouver's side because there's legally nothing for them to intervene. Like the Vancouver Police Department can't just go and say, "Hey, you can't park your bloody boat here." So they actually have to ask the Coast Guard legally to make the boats go away. And it's like one of those little unknown quirks about law. So I'm guessing, like in the case of the RCM, they actually can't enforce the law. It probably belongs to like some sort of like paramilitary not paramilitary, but like I guess paramilitary is a way to describe a Coast Guard. I think that's the best way to describe a Coast Guard. But anyway, it probably is the same case here, where like you can't ask her for her her boating license because jurisdictionally it doesn't apply to the RCM or something like that. In any event, yeah, it's just I find this little tidbit here kind of funny. What do I want to choose here? Because I went on a little tangent about maritime law in Canada. Let's ask that here. Do I want to embrace the fascism? No, I don't really want.
No need to politicize this. You may still ask for the lady's passport.
Okay, let's see her passport then, I guess.
Of course.
The woman is silent, smiling while the waves lap against the hull. In your hand, under the plastic, a light blue passport saying, Republic of Vespa. The coat of arms.
Oh,
is a
blue
lion
passport. So
and an
they
ostrich.
engaged in
Sea
whatever the
giant.
equivalent of Brexit is here.
The woman, born in the year 3 in the commune of Revachol, smiles at you, face adorned with frown lines. and
Yeah,
crow's feet.
I
The
could
photo
totally
is
buy
a
that
receipt.
happened there, Emily.
The name reads, Rejoice Leighton Messier.
Yes. But please don't call me that. Joyce is much more efficient. My husband is. I have dual citizenship. A Vespertine is handier when traveling.
Yeah, but in some countries you're not allowed to enter in on a foreign passport if you're a citizen of that country. Ask me how I know.
She nods and returns the plastic bag to her coat.
Good. What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking. The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
Let's ask her about the money, I guess.
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
I only have 1137.
A billion?
It's a number, officer. A big one.
And it's poorly defined in some ways.
It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands. 20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments. A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility. They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it. You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
That's a lot of cargo for one company.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
Oh, I want to hear about the trade secrets. Tell me about trade secrets.
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. Good luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including your own.
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk.
You're not a
I
grocery
relay the
clerk.
union's
That's not
demands
a.
to Wild Pines and return with
Jeez.
Wild Pines' counteroffer.
That's not how that. Whatever.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Interesting.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
She did.
Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Fuck off, game. Oh my god. I'm not. Okay. I guess.
Oh, so you've met him. Has he beguiled you with his inane theories?
My colleague has his peculiarities. Let's not go into this particular one just yet.
Of course. To each their own? Yes, I believe there is a connection. But that's a subject for later. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the
Oops,
first
sorry.
time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are
How
more,
dare they get a
I
medical
guess you
plan?
could say, aggressive.
And how dare they get paid for the hours they work?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Yes. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board. Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
I can't imagine. I can totally imagine it in his voice, too.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical
I feel
slogan
like choosing
repeated
any one
over
of
and
those
over
could
again.
make this go in a wrong direction.
And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags.
Yeah.
A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
If these workers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
So the answer is yes.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Huh.
Of
That's an
course
interesting
not.
statement.
Everard is fantastically corrupt.
Okay, that makes
I
more
imagine
sense.
he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Oh, heavens no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen him.
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, we are forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly
I wonder if
honest,
this is like a
officer.
play on
The
Teamsters.
company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, Detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
I'm going to play coy with her.
Of course, officer. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Sylvie?
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever.
Sylvie?
End of story.
This has to be Sylvie, right?
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the Union's files. Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally. Time to choose sides.
Oh boy, so we have a couple of interesting options here, but I feel like with her, I need to play it different.
Of course, Detective. Excuse me for implying otherwise.
The RCM does not pick sides in this. I hope it doesn't come off any other way.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Uh-huh.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Of course, Detective.
Don't want to talk to her about
Should
a
something
missing
come
gun.
up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Fuck.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Oh, and what happened to yours, Detective?
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to reveal that I'm incompetent.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
This is so weird.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Let's do it.
Feelings
Damn.
will guide the way.
Oh well, I tried.
I assure you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible. Trust me, officer, I am fully committed to resolving this impasse. This isn't some side gig for me.
She's silent. The wind flaps the sail above her.
Fuck me, no.
spirit creeps into
Damn
you.
it.
Getting fat on your weakness. Whatever
When did I
noble
last
intentions she
save?
once had as a police officer, you're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation.
no.
Right?
Fuck me? I understand this is by no means an easy investigation.
Nothing you can say. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism and
Shit. Yeah, no, I can heal during conversations, but I didn't have anything left to heal anyway. Oh, that's an hour's worth of discussions lost right there. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. I think I'm gonna call it for today. I think that demoralized me a bit, but we'll play more of this. Oh, that's so demoralizing. Okay, I'll be on Wednesday, I think. I might even try and stream on Tuesday. We'll see. Who's on right now? There we go. My friend Tina's doing a stream. She hasn't streamed in a while. Yeah, we'll see if I do decide to do a Tuesday stream. Thanks for watching, everybody. You all have a good afternoon and a good Sunday. Take it easy.